Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adam and this is Adam FPL, and welcome to the official Game Week 1 preview. And this was my team as I'd left it in my second draft. Now we're going to do a final draft today and basically polish up the team really going into Game Week 1. There are quite a few changes actually. I'm going to be making 7 changes to my 15-man squad. And I'm going to explain those changes as to why I've decided to make those changes, and I think this is more than likely going to be my final team going into Game Week 1 and the deadline on Saturday morning. And we'll look at captaincy as well in terms of who we're going to be captaining this week. So let's go into the team. First things first, we'll start off with the goalkeepers, and both goalkeepers have changed. Nyland unlikely to be playing, and also because he's got 17.9% ownership, if he doesn't play, a lot of people will transfer him out, meaning that his value will drop. So he's going to come out, and McCarthy's going to come out. And the reason why McCarthy's coming out is, you'll see later, I'm bringing in a Southampton defender, and I don't want to have double Southampton. So McCarthy is also coming out. And as the replacements, we're going to be bringing in, first of all, Matty Ryan as the goalkeeper. 4.5 million. Again, the fixtures aren't the greatest on paper. They're okay, to be honest, steady at best. But what I do like about Matt Ryan, he comes up with a lot of save points, and I do like Brighton's defence this year. I've got to say, I think they look well on paper. They look a lot more solid. They've got Lewis Dunk, who they've tied down to a long-term deal, and they've also got Ben White coming in from Leeds, highly rated. Was on loan at Leeds, did very well, and I think they will be a bit more solid defensively this year, in contrast to last year. But even then, I think he'll make a lot of save points and hopefully some clean sheets along the way. So I'm pretty happy with him. I don't plan on changing him unless an injury comes up or something. He's going to be my keeper for most of the year. Then as the number 2, we're going to bring in Brighton's number 2. It was the original combination was Ryan and Button. Button's gone to West Bromwich Albion. So we're going to be bringing in the ex-Blackburn goalkeeper. Not a very good goalkeeper, I've got to say, but we don't need good players in fantasy, and that is Christian Walton. He's the number 2 at Brighton, 4 million. What I like about Christian Walton is if Ryan gets injured, or if Ryan, anything happens to him, gets sent off, this guy will come in. And second, he's only 1.5% ownership, and I think that's crucial because he has a low ownership, his price is unlikely to drop compared to someone like Nyland, who's highly owned. Then we go into the defence here. First of all, Tyreek Mitchell, he's going to be staying in the team. Nothing changing there. Ayling is going to be coming out, and this is where my Southampton asset comes in, and that is Kyle Walker-Peters. Not Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker-Peters. What I like about Kyle Walker-Peters is a fullback, which automatically makes him more offensive compared to a centre-half, in my eyes anyway. And his long-term fixtures are very good, so I don't really need to worry about transferring him out. Crystal Palace away, I think that's a good fixture. Tottenham at home, bit difficult. Burnley away, a bit difficult. West Brom at home, but I can rotate him as well, which is what I like with Kyle Walker-Peters. James Justin will be staying in the team. Again, I like James Justin. The thing I like about James Justin is, well, Leicester came out today, according to Fabrizio Romano, is that they're looking at centre-half now. So it doesn't look like they're looking at a left-back. It looks like they're going to settle for James Justin at left-back. However, I think the first game he's going to play as a right-back, possibly, because they don't have any other right-backs available. So it looks like he's got a mainstay in that Leicester squad, and they got some very good fixtures in the first 7 or 8 games. So James Justin stays in the team. Alexander-Arnold also staying in the team. Set pieces, probably the most attacking defender in the league. 4 goals, 15 assists last season. That's a no-brainer for me. Vinagre is going to be coming out, and the reason why Vinagre is coming out because he's been linked with a move away to Porto, and it looks like Wolves might be signing a left back. So Vinagre will be coming out of the squad, and as his replacement, you're going to get a bit confused here, and that is Ferguson. And the reason why Ferguson's coming in, basically I need one Palace defender to play, so I can rotate out of Ferguson and Mitchell, I need a 4 million defender. Ferguson injured right now. However, it is likely that he's going to be coming back. And when he does come back, it's likely that he's going to be the starting right back. So he's more of a long-term option, really. Someone just to sit on my bench. And then when he does start playing, he can come in. And if you actually look it's really from Gameweek 5 onwards is when Crystal Palace have a sea of green fixtures and really, really nice fixtures. And hopefully, I assume, if my timing works out right, is that he'll be back for those fixtures. So that's the defence sorted. So at the moment, we have 1.5 million in the bank. Aubameyang will be staying, 12 million. It's those first two fixtures, really. Fulham away, West Ham at home. I'm pretty happy with him. No complaints there. Mohamed Salah, I thought about switching to Mane. However, the reason why I have not done that is because penalties. I mean, that's the pure reason as to why. I like penalty takers, and I think that's why that's what edges Salah for me, because I'm sure Liverpool will get their fair share of penalties this season, given how much they like to swim and they like to dive. So I'm very happy with that. Harrison Reed will be staying as my 4.5 midfielder. The reason why I like Harrison Reed over the likes of Dale Stephens, again, is that low ownership. I think it's crucial. 0.9% ownership. And why is that crucial? Because his value is likely to not go down, because there's not as many people that own him. So not many people will be transferring him out. And also what I like about him is nailed. Scott Parker's a big fan of the guy. I know that already from the Championship. So he's nailed. He's going to be playing week in, week out. 2-3 points off the bench whenever he needs to come in. He can fill in, and that's completely fine. Heung-min Sonaldo will be staying in. I did think about the potential of the new signing at Chelsea, Kai Havertz, but I think that's a risky punt going into game week 1. So therefore, it's going to be Heung-min Sonaldo staying in the team. And I'm pretty happy with him, to be honest. Basically the plan is, here's the plan, yeah? So we have a new plan coming into place. Heung-min Sonaldo is 9 million. And basically I'm going to play him for the first game week at home to Everton. I think it's a decent fixture, and I'll tell you why. Because Everton, they've got a completely new midfield. It's going to take time for them to gel. It's going to be a very dysfunctional Everton side. Defensively, not the best still. And I'm happy to play Son in this first game week. And what I have here in the bank is 1.5 million. And the plan will be in the second game week to take out Sonaldo and bring in Bruno Fernandes. 10.5 million, a bit expensive. But what I like about him is penalties, free kicks. And those two fixtures, I mean, they are some beautiful fixtures. And the reason why him over Greenwood is because potentially Sancho might be coming in. And Greenwood might not be guaranteed minutes, especially with what's happened with England. I think that could possibly harm his start of the season. So it's going to be Bruno Fernandes coming in game week 2. But Sonaldo's going to play that placeholder for the first week. Hopefully he can get some against Everton. And then last but not least, Jared Bowen's going to come out. My 1 week punt, and it's going to be someone a bit more long term, and that is Alain Saint-Maximin, 5.5 million Newcastle player. He's quite popular actually, 20% ownership, which is a bit of a concern for me personally. However, those first two fixtures again, West Ham and Brighton, I think those are some very appealing fixtures. Plus Newcastle have brought in Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser, and I think that would bring a new dimension to their attack. And at least for those first 2 games, if he does well, then I'll keep him. If not, then I can move him on. That's not a problem. Alain Saint-Maximin comes in. Now that frees up 1 million because Jared Bowen is 6.5. So the question is, who's going in the strike force? First of all, we'll start off with Jordan Ayew will be coming out. Now I like Jordan Ayew. I just think it's those 2 away fixtures for me that put me off. Is Chelsea away, United away, and I think Everton at home could be a tough fixture come game week 3. So he's going to be coming out, and who will be his replacement, you say? And that is Mr. Che Adams. Now you might be thinking, Adam, what are you playing at? What are you playing at? Bringing in Che Adams. I will explain. 3.3% ownership, so he's a differential straight away. He was part of that Southampton form side last season. 2.5 million cheaper than Ings. According to Southampton sources, he's going to start as a strike partnership with Ings. And if they continue their form from last season, as well as his form at the back end of last season, I'm sure he's going to be more confident this season. His second full season, he's going to be settling down now, kicking on. and I think this guy could be a real player. And I like their long-term fixtures, and Southampton, very much a form side based on the end of last season. And look, normally new season we say it's going to be very different. However, with lockdown, it's basically continuation of last season. So for me, Che Adams could be a fantastic option long term. And then last but not least, Mitrovic will be staying. Again, I like the fixtures, 6 million, can't really go wrong. If anyone's going to score for Fulham, it's going to be Alexander Mitrovic. So that gives me 2.5. I said I was going to upgrade Son to Bruno Fernandes, and that's going to be 1.5. So I have an extra million. So Werner is going to come out, and you might be thinking, what? I'll tell you why. Right, so Werner, it's a new Chelsea side. They're going to be a bit dysfunctional at the start. I do plan on bringing him in later on. However, I think they're going to be a bit dysfunctional. No Ziyech. Havertz is just starting, so he needs a bit of time to settle in. I think he will hit the ground running eventually, but he needs a bit of time to settle in. So Werner's going to come out, and just let him settle in a bit. I'm going to give him a few weeks just to get to the grips of the Premier League. Let's see how he does. And instead, in comes Mr. Harry Kane. Yeah, obviously, Harry Kane, I'm the best striker in the world. Yeah, obviously. That was my Harry Kane impression. But Harry Kane comes in, and I'll tell you why I like him. Them two home fixtures for me are captainable fixtures. Home to Newcastle and home to West Ham. And I do plan on captaining him in those game weeks. So that's the transfers. That's the 7 changes. So Nyland for Ryan, McCarthy for Walton, Ayling for Walker Peters, Vinagre for Ferguson, Bowen for Alain Saint-Maximin, Werner for Kane, and Ayew for Adams. That's the 7 transfers. Now let's reorganize the team here. So it will be Christian Walton in goal. Actually, let me just do it first. So let's get it all done. So yep, that's how I want it. Save the team. So basically, let's go. In goal, Christian Walton. You might be thinking, why am I starting Christian Walton? He's not even going to play. I'll tell you why. Let's say, for example, Ryan, 95% chance it's not going to happen. But let's say 1 week, he gets sent off. He gets minus points. Then Christian Walton comes in. Or he gets injured and he plays about 10 minutes. Then Christian Walton comes in. So that's what I like about Christian Walton, is that he fills in. He's a filler. And if he doesn't play, he's not going to play 99% of the time. Ryan just automatically comes in. So it's not a problem at all. So that's why I'm starting Christian Walton. It's basically like it's a weird insurance policy. Insurance is a bit of a fraud, but this isn't a fraud. This is like a very tactical move, this. I don't know if I explained that well. Back 3. Trent Alexander-Arnold, no-brainer. Kyle Walker-Peters over Mitchell. I think Southampton are the better side than Crystal Palace, in my opinion. James Justin away to West Brom. I think that's a good fixture for the first game. Alain Saint-Maximin against West Ham. What I like about that is West Ham aren't the best defensively, so I'm pretty happy with that. Salah at home to Leeds. The reason why I haven't captained Salah, and I'll explain, because there's a lot of uncertainty around Leeds, and we don't know what to expect. Bielsa, is he going to be exceptional in the Premier League? Is he going to be poor? We don't know. Heung-min Sonaldo is the 1 week placeholder for Bruno Fernandes. And then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang captain over Harry Kane. I'm still tossing between these two right now. The reason why I've gone Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is because Fulham, naturally known for conceding goals, is very much the similar squad to the last squad they had in the Premier League. Same manager, Scott Parker. And Aubameyang gets 5 points for a goal, in contrast to Harry Kane's 4 points for a goal. That's why I'm tempted by Aubameyang this week. And I think Everton might be a bit harder than Fulham, possibly. Then we have Che Adams away to Crystal Palace, and then Mitrovic at home to Arsenal. So that is the team, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is the final team. If there is any changes, I'll be sure to update. But I think this is more than likely going to be the final team. We've got 4 premium players, I would say, in this team, and that's Harry Kane, Sonaldo, who's going to change to Bruno, Salah, and Aubameyang. Then we got some decent cheap options. Che Adams, I think that's a great shout. Alexander Mitrovic, Saint-Maximin. Then we got Alexander-Arnold at the back. A few cheap defenders. And then obviously on the bench as well, we got Mitchell, who can rotate with whoever needs to be, Reed, who can cover if necessary, and Ferguson, who I'm hoping will come back in a few weeks. So that's the team, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Adam FPL. Until next time, peace.